Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. Joe here with Tufel Gun and Armory, and today's video is going to be the Week 3 video assignment for FTH202, which is the Revolver subcourse of the Handgun Specialist curriculum at Sonoran Desert Institute. This video is going to cover two things. The first one is going to be discussing certain parts and what malfunctions you might expect to experience should those parts fail. And then the second part of this video is going to be calculating your barrel's twist rate, both demonstration and discussion. With that being said, this is a timed video assignment, so it will be heavily edited. If you have any questions, comments, drop them in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel. Before I forget, the time is 9:07 p.m. on January 31st, 2026, and we will get started. So the first part of any job is safety. I'm going to wear my iPro, and then we need to make sure that there's no live ammunition anywhere in the workspace or in the firearm. There's no live ammunition in the workspace, and all 6 chambers are clear, and this firearm is safe to work on. So now that we've made sure that the firearm is safe to work on, we're going to be discussing 4 different parts. I'm going to start from the front and work my way back. So we're going to be talking about the cylinder stop today. We're going to be talking about the hand right here. We're going to be talking about the sear, which is kind of nestled back. It's that little bar nestled back between the hammer and the hand, and then the hammer strut. So with the cylinder stop, that is responsible for locking the cylinder in place. So as you can see right here, that cylinder stop is up in the housing, and when you cock the hammer, when you cock the firearm, get it ready to shoot, it is going to engage these little grooves on the cylinder right here and stop the cylinder from moving. So just like so. If you have a broken cylinder stop, it can potentially not catch on the cylinder and not lock this cylinder into place. Not locking the cylinder into place could also cause alignment issues. The cylinder might turn too much, it might not turn enough, and then you start having failure to feed issues because your next round isn't in alignment with the barrel and the firing pin. The next part we're going to talk about is the hand. Your hand is what drives the rotation of the cylinder. And if that hand is damaged or broken, it's not going to drive that rotation because the hand won't be able to connect with the ratchet pad behind the cylinder. And if it doesn't do that, then that next round isn't going to be driven into alignment, and then you essentially have a non-operational firearm. So as we're watching here, you'll be able to see the cylinder is going to spin as I cock the hammer, and that hand is going to move up and drive the cylinder rotation, just like so. And if that's not working, that's not going to happen properly. And as you can see, the cylinder stop actually locked it. So with that, you're going to have issues with that failure to feed and essentially failure to fire based off of things not being lined up the way it should. So moving on to the sear, which is this little part right here. So the sear interacts with the hammer and the trigger in the kind of firing portion of the cycle of operations. And basically when you're in condition 1, you're ready to send rounds downrange. Your sear is holding that hammer from driving forward. And when you pull that trigger, you reach a trigger wall, and then you have a break. And that break is that sear disengaging, allowing the hammer to drive forward into that firing pin. So if you have a broken sear, you can have 2 main things happen. One, you can have some issues with accidental discharges, and 2, you can have failure to fire altogether because you won't be able to properly cock the firearm also failure to cock based off of that, because you could have failure to maintain a cocked position because there's nothing for that hammer to grab onto because that sear is broken. So if there's nothing for the hammer to grab onto, then it's just going to be free moving. So the next part we're going to be talking about is the hammer strut. Now, the hammer strut is going to give issues with failure to fire and failure to cock because you're not going to have that proper tension on the hammer to drive it down and lock it. So you could have failure to cock on there. You could also have failure to fire with, not being able to cock it all the way, or having essentially free play with the hammer. If this is broken, it's not going to have that tension to drive it forward or hold it forward, and could cause some issues. So those are the 4 parts. Now we're going to move on into the second part of this video. For the last part of this video, we're going to be measuring the twist rate of the Taurus 856 revolver. I have it secured in a vise, and I have my cleaning rod with my flag at the 12 o'clock position and my cotton swab. And then I have my marking pencil. And basically, we're going to stick this in right here until it engages the rifling, and we're going to make a mark. Okay? We're going to make that mark, and then we're going to push it the rest of the way through and see how far that barrel has twisted. Till it's at the back. And it is about the 1/8 of a full rotation. So we're going to mark right here. And then we're going to pull the rod out gently. And we're going to measure the distance between. And the distance between is just shy of 2 inches. So you're going to take the inches, just say 2, and then we had a 1/8 of a full rotation, and you take the denominator of that, which is 8, and you multiply that together to get the twist rate. So 2 times 8 is 16. It should be a 1 in 16 rotation. According to our lecture, it is a 1 in 16. And then verified with the article Unboxing the Taurus Model 856, September 30th, 2024 on the Gun Zone by Gary McLeod. They have it listed as 1 in 16.5. But there is a margin of error there. So that being said, that is measuring the twist rate of the barrel when you have less than the rotation. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I'll see y'all next time.